The IT sector is in focus again. This after Infosys reportedly fired 600 freshers when they failed to clear an internal assessment test. Remember, this comes on the heels of reports that Wipro fired 400 people about a month ago. There are also reports that hundreds of people who've received offer letters from large IT companies are yet to be onboarded. Now, there is a larger theme to this, where the Indian IT sector is, of course, robust but not entirely untouched by the same factors that are leading to job losses in this space. What is the kind of trend that we're seeing? To speak on this, I'm joined now by Sunil Chemankotil, CEO of Timleys. Sunil, thank you so much for speaking with us here on the India Development Debate. So, Sunil, I'm keen to know how you look at this situation. We had a conversation a few months ago when the first sort of signs were beginning for how the Indian IT space would also respond to these round of layoffs. How do you see the current news reports where those who have already been hired will be assessed very, very closely for what they bring to the table?
Thank you, Damanna, for having me on this show today. It's an interesting time in the IT sector. Yes, there have been a lot of layoffs, and we all know the reasons for the layoffs are because of the various situations, macroeconomic situations and geopolitical situations. However, what we see in the current scenario is that there have been a lot of hiring which went through in the previous 1 year. Particularly, we were analyzing the number of people hired between 5 to 12 years, and we found that there is a huge number of people who were hired. Around 70% of the middle management layer, constitutes this piece, and there we have paid exorbitantly high wages. Of course, because of the talent war, there was no option, and that was the course which needs to be done at that point of time. Currently, the IT companies are under cost pressure, and they had to take some steps. So what is happening is that there's a lot of layoffs happening, and obviously we are around the appraisal period. We feel that the hikes may be little muted, definitely muted, and there will be further scrutiny on all the employees who have been paid higher wages, because they need to provide the outcomes. Mind you that these are very talented people and very skilled people, and it should not be taken lightly, and they should not be just laid off. They should be maintained, and there should be a course correction which needs to be done as we go along, because there is a natural attrition which is still there. And during this course correction, I'm sure this will be taken care.
What do you make of the recent reports of one major IT company which gave a test to its freshers and then, laid off 600 of them when they found they didn't make the cut? So this seems to be a broader story than just middle management as you are describing, Sunil.
Wherever corrections are need to be done, they are doing it. And, when market is good and when there's a lot of hiring happening, you don't find these kind of steps which they take. But now, since there is a cost pressure, there will be scrutiny at every level. The entire pyramid of talent management, what we call, whether you take it the freshers or the middle manager. I was particularly referring to the middle bulge. But however, even in the bottom of the pyramid, they have rolled out a lot of offers, and in some cases, they don't have enough business coming through, and they are waiting for the previous batch freshers to be productive. So I'm sure that those steps are one of steps, but there will be further steps which can be taken in various stages of talent acquisition.
So what do you see the steps that will be taken further down? We're already hearing about people with offer letters in their hand not really being onboarded yet. So a bit of delay on onboarding, a tightening of scrutiny on freshers, and you're saying a tightening of scrutiny on middle management as well. So it seems like a very holistic approach to cut the flab.
Yeah, of course, there is a lot of volatility, and the quickest way to save cost apart from discretionary spends is the people cost. Because these IT organizations have large workforce and it's a huge wage bill. So wherever they can scrutinize and take steps, it will be taken. and it's normal, this kind of scrutiny and cost cut measures keep coming in whenever the markets go down, and particularly in this kind of market, they are left with no other option. If the market would have been good and with higher wages, they could have passed it on to their end customers by getting a better deal or better margin. But however, in these market conditions, we are aware that we don't get a better deal, so they have to take some internal cost corrections.
Do you see this trend also possibly reversing, Sunil, as quickly as the trend of hiring and overhiring was reversed? In a matter of 6 months, IT companies went from building up bench strength very rapidly and dealing with a talent war to now cutting corners. So do you think this is a situation that can also reverse in cycle fairly quickly?
IT has always been cyclic. We must remember that, despite the ups and downs, it is an industry which has given a 7% CAGR over time, and it will continue to give that. The larger theme of digitization and IT employment, going to 8 million is still a theme, and that will be realized, with what we see. And this is just a passing shower, and it's not a climate change. I'm sure that things will improve as we go along.
Absolutely. Well, we hope things do improve for the IT space. Meanwhile, this is one fresh hiccup that seems to be in place as far as IT hiring is concerned. But remember, it's not mass layoffs like we're seeing in other new economy spaces. The bulk of Indian IT companies are just being a little more careful. The scrutiny has increased of what the employees are bringing to the table. Thank you so much, Sunil, for joining us today.
Thank you, Taman, as always.
Thank you.